All right, I think we got it. All right, I'm just making sure all my settings are good here. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a CMA, and we're going to be doing it live. I had one of my viewers reach out to me, said he wanted to do a CMA on a property, and he was having some real trouble finding comps. So we are going to make it happen. Trouble. Okay, I'm going to do my best because I don't have access to his particular MLS. So we are doing the CMA on hard mode today. We got Zillow up, but I'm going to show you how we can still get enough of, just enough information to get it done. Let's see. I'm going to try to get him in here too. All right, so I'm going to write the address. Five four seven seven Shady Pine, Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, so what we're going to do first thing I like to do is figure out what our, get a little bit of information on our subject property. So first I'm going to type the address in here, which is going to be 5477 Shady Pine. And I'm going to preface this CMA with saying we're going to make one kind of big assumption. And that big assumption is that the interior of the house is, for the most part, like turnkey and ready to go. Because obviously that is going to have a huge effect. $4,500. I'm getting some notice about my bit rate. I don't know what any of that means. So hopefully that's all working. Okay, so the huge assumption that we're making on this CMA is that all of the houses that we're going to be looking at and using for our, our subject and our comps, that they are pretty much move-in ready, not destroyed. There's no major repairs that need to take place. Obviously, if there's one house doesn't have flooring in it, then that's going to make a huge difference, or something like that. So we're just going to pretend, for the sake of this, that everything is ready to go as far as the houses are concerned. And if one house does need some repair, maybe the subject needs some repair, or maybe the subject has a bunch of upgrades, then you can make final adjustments to your numbers based off that. But this will definitely get us to close enough to where we need to be. Okay, so here is our subject. So the information we're going to be looking for is right here. 3-2, right? So it's a 3-bed. I'm taking some notes here. 3-bed. It's a 2-bath, 1846 square feet. Okay, and we're just going to click through and just kind of take a look at the pictures and make some notes on some of the big features that the house has. So we're going to take note of garage. Pretty standard. Okay. The kitchen is dated. Looks probably original. Original everything. Screened in back porch. That might be relevant. Click through. Okay. Carpet in most of the rooms except, let's see. Kitchen's got tile. Okay, so carpet in the living room, carpet in the bedrooms. Okay, looks decent-ish. 1 story. Okay, so I'm going to take a note. Carpet in the bedrooms. Let's see, how can I edit this? Yo, Neil's in here. All right, carpet in the bedrooms. Okay. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to find out is when the home was built, because that will probably be relevant as well. So usually you can find that right here on Zillow's. Okay, cool. So home was built in 2006. Okay, so let's recap on the information that we have here. How's my sound, Neil? Do I sound okay? Okay, so the notes that we have so far on the subject property. So the subject of that's the house that we're comparing everything else to on the CMA. All right, Neil says we got good sound. Sweet. So we have a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,846 square feet. Has a garage, screened-in porch, carpet in the bedrooms in the living room, and it was built in 2006. That's pretty much the relevant information. Okay. So now let's do our best to first we've got to figure out where this house is on the map. Right there. Perfect. Oh, this is great. Okay, so we got this nice little subdivision. Okay. Immediately, I'm looking at this neighborhood right here. I'm not always necessarily going to just straight up going to a distance radius. If there's a pretty decent sized subdivision, like a neighborhood that the house is in, I'm just going to see if I can get enough data in that one neighborhood to make that work first before I start going on different radius. So we're going to draw around there. And I want to see if the houses in here are like kind of similar to the one we just looked at. All right, so that's a 2-story. When was this built? Also, I'm a little congested today, so if I sound weird, that's why. Okay, so this is built in 2005. Similar in stylings. This one's also not updated. Okay, let's take a look at this house down here. This is a very similar looking home as well. Built in 2005. Okay, this could be enough information to, we're going to see if we can get our data in this neighborhood. Okay, so if you guys watched my video that I did recently, I think it went out this morning about how to do a CMA. When I'm bringing comps to a listing appointment, I'm bringing 2 active, 2 pending, and 2 sold. So that's the first thing that we're going to look for is 2 active, 2 pending, 2 sold. Looking at the active, okay, this one right here, this is a 3-2. This is almost the same house. This is 1,800 square feet. 3-2 garage. Let's take a quick look at the pictures. Screened in porch. 2006. Okay, so this is almost the same house as our subject. And I'm just going to jot this address down real quick. Okay. Let's see, so this one is active. And the first thing I'm going to be looking at is how long has this been on the market? So, okay, so this one has been on the market for 36 days. Okay. And looking at the pictures, it's dang near the same house, but that looks like tile throughout, which is going to make this house slightly more desirable than our subject home that is carpet in most of the house. Okay, so if this house is slightly better, let's just go on a limb here and say that this house is slightly better than our subject, and it's been sitting on the market for 36 days. To me, that's enough information to go down and sit with a homeowner and say, hey, this house right around the street is basically the same house, but it has upgraded flooring, and it's been sitting on the market for 36 days. So what, Mr. Seller, what does that tell you about the price of this house? To me, it tells me might be a little high. Okay, so that one is $349. And so ideally you want to get 2 active, 2 pending, 2 sold, but I get a lot of information from just that one individual active. So we are going to look at the pendings. So you can go see, where is it? Okay, right here. Click on more, go to pending and under contract. Let's see if there's anything under contract in that neighborhood. No. Okay. And so before I expand out the radius of my search, I'm going to try to get every comp I can from this particular neighborhood, because these are all basically the same houses. So I'm going to now go to see if we can find some sold data in this neighborhood. So I'm going to go to for sale, sold, go over to more. Let's see. Sold in last. Let's see what sold in the last 30 days. Nothing. Let's do sold in the last 6 months. Okay, this one is a 4-2. Okay, so obviously the 4-2, this one's a little bigger. I'm not necessarily going to bring this house. I'm not going to print this house out as a comp, but mentally, this is telling me, okay, so this one sold. It was back in December, so things have picked up a little bit since December. But this is telling me if this 4-bedroom house sold at $330, and this is a 4-2, and it's slightly bigger by about 200 square feet, we definitely need to be, below this price point. And then you also have to take into account how much the market has, changed since then, upward, 30-day changes and stuff. But yeah, I'm getting some good information. So I'm taking that into consideration. I'm not going to use that as a comp, but I'm definitely looking at it. Okay, and another 4-2, even bigger at $325. Let's see when this one sold. Okay, so even longer ago. This was November. 4-2, also back in December, $325. Okay, cool. All right, so right around this 325, 330 number, that's how much these 4 bedrooms are selling. And I'm just going to jot that down. I'm just taking some notes to myself. 330 to 325. That's our sold data. Our 6 months out. Not looking good for this. No, it is not looking good for the subject. Not looking good for the subject. Okay, this one sold January. Let's take a quick look at this one. Does this one have a second story? Yeah. So reason that we're seeing this one for this 4-bed that's a little bit bigger than our other ones, selling actually a little bit less even though it's bigger, is because it has that second story and the footprint of the home is smaller. It's just 2 stories are just not as desirable. So that's why this one did not. I'm not surprised to see that this pulled a lower number than the other houses, even though the square footage is higher. But I'm going to take that data down just for my own situational awareness. Okay, 308. That was a 4-bed. And so while I'm doing this, while I'm looking for comps, I'm mentally thinking about price range. Let's see. That was 1,800. I mean, I'm in the ballpark right now. I'm thinking in the 330 range, but let's keep looking. Okay, is that everything for this neighborhood? Okay, so I may have to break one of my own rules here in a minute, but what we're going to do first is expand out our search just a little bit geographically, and then I might come right back to this neighborhood, but we're going to remove this, and I'm just going to go out just a little bigger. See if there's anything kind of close by. I'm going to switch over and see if we can get just any. Let's see, where's bedrooms? Let's do exact 3-bed. Okay. See if there's anything in the ballpark. Okay, this is somewhat similar. 325, 32. 2 days. I'm looking for when it was built. 2002. Okay, so not a huge difference there. This does not look good. Would you ever tell the seller potential cost of tiling? I may bring it up with them, the cost of tiling, if they ask. But I probably wouldn't throw out like how much more that tiling raises the price mentally, if that's what you're asking. I might just kind of leave that up to them mentally to just kind of mull it over. But this comp is not looking good for the subject as well. I just want to peek through this. So this one was built in 2002. 2002 and 2006, that's basically, as far as housing is concerned, it's basically the same year. You can definitely use that as a comp. I wouldn't go for year built more than like 7 years in either direction. And even that's pushing it. But this one is just 4 years older. Not a big deal. Okay, so we do have this. Wow, that green carpet is something else. Okay, so we have the tile throughout. The stone counters here are huge. This is going to make a big difference. The stone counters right here. And this backyard. Okay. That backyard is really nice. And you got a nice view. And this house is 325. My opinion, this house is far better than our subject. And it's at 325. I would not be surprised if this house has offers on it right now and they are just waiting to respond to the offers. Yeah, definitely big clutter in that. This one's only been on the market for 2 days. Okay. So we can't really. All right, let's see. We're going to keep that one in the back of our mind. That might be our another active comp. I'm going to jot that down. 7728 Ortega Bluff. Okay. I'm going to see if there's anything that's close. Visually, looking at, okay, obviously our subject property is nicer than these houses. This one's 315. Let's see if we can just get some mental data on this. Been on for 5 days. We've got some upgrades. Newer. A little smaller. Okay, so this is newer than our subject by 9 years. 200 square feet smaller. Same beds and baths. But it has some interior upgrades, which definitely washes out. And this is 315. Okay. This one's 18 days. Okay. 2001. Big open kitchen. Nice appliances. Tile, wood. If I'm clicking too fast, I'm sorry. It only takes me a minute to just like soak it all in, you know? So I like to zip through the pictures. Okay, nice fenced in yard. I would say this one is also possibly superior to our subject, and this one's at 345. I'm not going to use this as a comp, but I am getting some good data on this house because again, I think that this might be slightly better than our subject, and it's at 345. Yeah, ready to sell. Also, just kind of a little side note, if you guys are, if you're working with a buyer and one of the houses you're looking at is a house that's empty, that is one that you want to go for because think about it. Sellers have already moved out. They're paying multiple mortgages. They're probably more likely to get in there and make a deal. So, normally if the house is already empty, you can chop them down on price just a little bit. Okay. 275, 345. Okay. 34 days on market. What's that telling us? 36 days on market. Oh, that's our first subject. This is our first comp right here. 345. This one's overpriced too. 34 days on the market. 3.2, 1,900 square feet. Ooh. With granite. Oh my goodness. That bed is wild. I am actually a little jealous. I kind of like it. Okay. Wow. This house. Yep. Nice shower. Okay, in this specific situation, I might break one of my own rules going to this listing appointment. Okay. If I was prepping for this listing appointment, let me tell you what I would do right here. 7506 Westland. If I was prepping for my listing appointment, yeah, the lawn does need some love. I would break one of my own rules because I'm getting the feeling that this particular listing appointment for Neil, that he's going to be having that conversation of potentially having a lower sales price than what the seller was thinking in their mind. And if you're going into a situation where there are multiple agents, you don't want to be the one to undercut them and just say, hey, I think your house is going to sell for less than what the other guys are saying. Because there's a good chance that if you say that, you'll lose out on the listing. They will list with the other person who says, well, I can sell your house for $350, when clearly we know that's not possible. But the reality of the situation is that they might just list with that person, and then 20 something days from now, they'll eventually lower the price or just get a low offer and go with them. So you also want to think about winning, right? So you don't want to be the one to tell them, hey, we need to lower this price by a bunch, but you do want to bring enough data and say, hey, look, here's what's on the market. So I might bring a third active listing and just show them, check this out. Here's what's on the market right now. These have all been sitting on the market for 30 days. What do you want to do? What do you think about that price? So that's probably what I would do for that. Okay, so that's enough actives. Let's go back to, we're going to go back to pendings. We're going to pending and under contract. See if there's anything. Okay, 3-2. This one's pending. This home has a pending offer, 60 days. Okay, so it took a minute. Pictures are uggo. You got a lot of people in this MLS that use cell phone pictures. Whoa, this is fancy. All right, this is cool. I do not have this in my area. This is super dope. Sorry, got distracted. Okay, quality-wise, similar. Oh, except this one has a superior backyard to our subject. But overall, similar home, and inside the home is just a little smaller. That is so cool. Okay, this one did go under contract, but it was listed for $315. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this one as a comp right now. Just, we can use it later if there's nothing else, or we can toss it to the side if needed. 7539. Mishki? 7539 Mishki Drive. Okay. Yeah, those pictures. Okay. Let's see if we can find any more. Okay, this one under contract, 339. Also sat for a while. 339 sat for a while. Okay. Stone counters. pretty dated floors. Oh, dude, but it's got a sweet. Oh, it's on a pond. This is pretty sick. All right, so this is $339. I would 100% grab this one as a comp. $19.99. Okay, so it's a little older, but it's a little bigger. $79. $20. Vivera Court. That's our pending right there. That's our second under contract. I'm going to take a quick scroll through to see if there's anything else that looks like exactly like Ortega. Yeah, we already looked at that. Yeah, and that's it. Dude, the location is so sweet. The location of that one was very cool. Also, I like having a small yard. I just moved into a different area, and my yard is very small now, and I love it. Having a big yard sucks, especially in Florida, as you have to mow it all the time. All right, and remember, let's see, where was our neighborhood? Where's Shady Pines? There it is. Okay. I've talked about it a couple times. Remember, I'm just going to double check. You do not want to... Again, we're talking about prepping for a listing appointment, right? So I'm actually good on my... I got 3 actives, right? And 2 pending comps that I would be using. But we're talking about prepping for a listing appointment. So I've talked about it in a couple other videos. The one thing that you make sure you got to do is we're going to go for sale. I'm going to remove this real quick. I'm going to get rid of that. And those other houses on the street, not that one, but like this house right here, I'm still going to bring this because even though I'm not using this as a comp necessarily, if you're at the listing appointment and that homeowner says, well, what about the house for sale down the street? I've literally been at the listing appointment where the homeowner has said, well, what about the house down the street? And I had no idea what they were talking about. And I felt so stupid, and I do not want that for you. So this is also one I would print out just to have it on the side. If they say, well, what about the house down the street? Oh, you mean the one, 7135? Yeah, it's right here. I got it, but it's not really a comp because it has extra bedroom, and it's a bit bigger, so that's why I didn't really have it in the comp. But just so you know, with that extra bedroom, it's $350,000, and it's been sitting on the market for, oh no. There we go. Screen froze. 27 days. So definitely one I would bring to the seller. And even maybe this one too, just to show them. Oh no, yeah, we have that one. We actually have that one as a comp. Ashley Park, let's see, this one's close. Maybe I bring that one too, just to show them. Again, I would bring these not to have them as comps, but just to be the market expert so that you look like you know what you're doing and you look like you did your research. Okay, so we have 3 actives, 2 pendings. Let's grab our 2 sold. So we're going to go back to exact match. More. We're going to go for sale. We're going to do sold, apply. Okay. And now we're going to be scrolling through and looking to see if we can find things that are very close. That's very close. Let's take a look. Okay, I like this comp because it's recent. It's very, very recent. When you're looking at sold comps, one of your biggest things you're looking for is recency. Okay, so this one sold less than a month ago at the end of April. 3.2, 1,700 square foot. Those numbers are really close to our numbers. Let's do a zip through the pictures real fast. Still got the garage. Stucco outside like our subject. Dated interior. Very cool back patio. Fenced yard. Okay, this is very, very close to our subject. And it sold for $305. Ugh, that's low. 2003, a little older. I'm going to take a little satellite view of the location. Where's the dang? There it is. That's a very cute little neighborhood. Does not back up to woods, though. Like, I believe our house on Shady Pines backs up to woods. So that will have a little effect on the value. Like there's, you got your neighbors so close to that one. But I would probably grab that one. Sometimes when I'm doing sold data, I'll like show them one on the lower end of the price range and then show them one that's a little bit higher on the price range. But so yeah, let's grab that one. I like it because it's very recent. So we'll take that as a sold. That is 6437. Winding Greens. Yeah, there is. There's some hope. Jeez, bunch of junk out there. This is a good one. This could be a good one. 3.2, 1,800 square feet. That's very close. Obviously, we don't know what the inside looked like, but similar style. When was this one built? 2000. Okay, so a little older. I'm going to jot that one down as a potential comp. We may get rid of it, but we're running out of options here. 7442 Plantation Club. Ooh, 314. Okay, this one. Okay, so this one is close to our criteria, but the price is a lot higher. So I'm just going to click on this one because mentally, I want to know why this one was able to get such a high price. Okay. Reasons are fairly obvious. Backs up to a pond. Much newer. Much newer. Some backyard landscaping work. And updated interior. I might even bring that one. That one's high. But I may even bring that one just to show the homeowner, again, this, if you're going into a situation where you know that you're going to have to get them to work on the price, and it's not, you're not like trying to beat them up or anything on the price. You don't want to change their mind. You want to show them the data so they can get there on their own, if that makes sense. All right, this is another similar to the subject, but it's a good bit smaller. Okay. Hello, what do we have here? Okay, 336 back in December, but it's bigger, and this is a good one too. This is a good one to bring because it's showing perspective of, this one's on a pond, nice interior. Well, similar interior wise to our subject. This house looks a little bit newer, better screened in porch. 2011. I might grab this one. This is probably a good one to grab to show the high end. This is 74, 54. Mishki. Okay. Because this one is superior to our subject, and it only sold for 336. It's bigger, it's nicer, it's newer. And I think that is going to help. It was back in December. But got to think, things started declining down into middle of February and then started coming back up. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it. Those are the ones that I'd grab here. I'm going to throw them in the, let me throw them here in the chat real quick. So active 7506 Westland. Oops. $77.28 Ortega. $5,441 Lafayette. For our pendings, we are going to do 7539 Mishki. Pending. Other pending is 7920 Vivera. And for our sold, we're going to do 6437 green. 7442 Plantation. Oops. Plantation Club. That's kind of an odd name for a street. And 7154 Mishki. Okay, those are the comps I would use right there. And just remember, when you're taking all these comps and you're going to that homeowner and you're saying, all right, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, here's all the data, right? Here's all the market data. When you look at these comps, what house do you think the home would sell for? And what would you like to list the house for? What would you like to start the price at? Are you okay with the house sitting on the market for a little while? Or would you prefer just to get it under contract as fast as possible? If the house sits for a while, are you okay lowering the price after 2-3 weeks of not getting an offer? That's a conversation that you want to have to kind of mentally prep them for dropping the price later, if needed. You want it to be their decision, right? So you've provided them with the data, and you just want to let them know, if we price here, if we price on the high end of this spectrum and we don't get many showings and we don't get any offers, that just means that we miss the price by a little bit, right? And if we don't get any showings at all, that means we miss the price by a lot. It means we need to come down by quite a bit. But yeah, man, that's it. And I don't want to keep you on here all day. If you have any questions, make sure you just shoot them. I think I can, just throw them in the comments and I'll answer them. I'll answer them when I can. But I got to get to my baby. I can hear him. He just woke up. He's crying in the back room. So I got to go feed his lazy butt. All right. You guys have a great day. Catch you on the next one.